This book is about transforming India and has a collection of chapters from some of the most writers and thinkers and policymakers on the subject of India and its economic and political development. The book is also about what Prime Minister Modi has been able to do in his tenure, both as a chief minister from 2001 onwards till 2014, and as a Prime Minister of India from 2014 onwards. You know, my chapter deals with the important subject of inclusive growth. Oft talked about, oft mentioned, oft discussed in international circles, in domestic circles. It is the buzzword. Is a country delivering inclusive growth? The interesting reality is that inclusive growth, while much talked about, is like the invisible hand, almost not seen. However, one of the most remarkable achievements of Prime Minister Modi as Chief Minister and as Prime Minister is in delivering inclusive growth, where you look at both equity as well as income growth. Look at both distribution as well as the level of income and the increase in the level of income. And he's done it through, in my chapter, what I point out, through an emphasis on women, another much talked about subject, female empowerment. And if you look at his record, right from the word go, from the ramparts of the Red Fort when he had just been elected as Prime Minister of India in 2014, he gave a speech, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, educate the girl child and save the girl child. The save the girl child comes through the literature, the fact that for a long time, Indian parents aborted or basically eliminated, for lack of a better word, the girl child when she was either not born or through infant mortality in the first few ages. And one of the most remarkable, if you will, correlates of the girl child, saving the girl child, is the education of the mother. And that is what Prime Minister Modi meant when he said, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. You know, today in India, in colleges, there are more women in colleges than there are men. Very few developing countries can boast of that achievement. And if you will, the educational level of average educational attainment of women and men is the same in India now, under the age of 25. You know, a big relevant question in all of this, and you know, one of his first objectives was sanitation. How do you deliver female empowerment is through sanitation. And the whole toilet program, providing toilets for every house, was a major campaign, a very, very successful campaign. Now, the question that I want to end this with, we should all ask ourselves. This has been known for a very, very long time, that sanitation is a very, very important component of health, both for women and for men, both for boys and for girls. Why wasn't a sanitation campaign undertaken before 2014-15? This is a question we all need to ask. What was it? Why were we not able to deliver an all-encompassing inclusive growth before? So I would leave it that my chapter is on how Prime Minister Modi has, throughout his tenure as Chief Minister and as tenure as Prime Minister, emphasized female empowerment, emphasized women. You look at it across the board, that is what stands out most. And that, as economists will prove to you and have proven, is the most productive aspect about development. The most unequal aspect of development is that women have lagged behind, and now that is being addressed squarely in India, thanks to Prime Minister Modi.